Welcome to As a Crow Flies Hiking. On this video, I'm in the Sipsey Wilderness, and one part of the Sipsey I've never really done much videos on is trails 207 and 208. Maybe I did those when I was younger, I don't remember, but on this video we're going to look at 207 and 208, two really unique and cool trails in the Sipsey Wilderness. So let's go. Here we're going on 207, and then we're going to go on 208. The water's really high right now, so there's going to be a creek crossing, maybe up to our knees. I hope that's all that it's up to. But we're gonna do 207, so I wanted to show you 207. Haven't done it in so long and don't really have a video of 207 and 208. So let's do 207. So you can cross 200 and get over to 207, which you're on now. You can access it from the Sipsey picnic area, the trailhead, or you can access it from the Borden Creek trailhead, which is on top of the hill. We decided to access it from 200, which puts you at maybe 3 miles, I don't know exactly. Once you cross over by the bridge and then cross on to 207, it's just kind of some flat hiking at first as you go by Borden Creek down below. And that's what we're doing now. So let's head on 207 and see what we find. I've heard that there's some nice bridges here, maybe more on 208. Well, we reached a sign, which you don't get a lot of those in the Sipsey. 207 says we got to turn and cross the creek. The problem is it's been raining significantly in the last few weeks, and this is what we're looking at. I'm not even sure where that goes. Like, where do you go up over there? I don't see it. But anyway, we're gonna go see if we can find a way around this because the water is freezing. We got to find a way over it and see if we want to see the rest of the 207, and it's a long trail. So let's see what we can find. I didn't mention that I'm out here with Chafeless. Whoop, whoop. So he's on this little adventure with me, and we've made the executive decision that we are not going to cross the creek on 207 because it's about 30 degrees. So we came back across the apocalyptic bridge by 200. Now we're on a community trail on the other side. We will have to forge this little creek where the two creeks come together, Borden and some other creek. And that doesn't look too bad. We'll continue on 207 after this brief intermission of getting back to 207, if that makes sense. We were on the other side of this just a minute ago. We were on the other side of Borden. I'll show you. And it's super deep. I mean, it's 30 degrees. We're not gonna swim this thing. So we saw on the other side, trying to get back to 207, that there is a little confluence of Borden Creek and this little creek that runs up here. We can see that it's fairly shallow, at least what I thought was shallow, but now I'm starting to wonder. Anyway, we're probably gonna have to cross here one way or the other. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna make this crossing at 30 degrees. I won't show you that I'm down to my underwear. You can just see me from the waist up. Nobody wants to see that. And I'm gonna cross this creek, and it's about to be super cold. As Chafeless just said, Jesus, take the wheel. This is not gonna be good. Well, I'm afraid I'm about to fall.
Oh, well, please don't fall. Oh, wow. Is it that soft or is it that deep already?
Both. Woo.
That's not too bad.
Not too bad, not too bad. It's just really cold. Well, it's always an adventure when you're out here trying to get on 207. We made some significant concessions to get across this creek. Here's what my feet look like. Super cold, but the sun's out, so it's not too bad, and we were not getting our shoes wet because that would be rough tonight. Now we can actually get on 207 and do some hiking, maybe. We crossed the creek here. We started heading that way somehow, so we're now back on 207 and heading up the creek. So we're gonna follow this creek for a long way until we get up here to Gum Pond Trailhead, and then we'll get on 208 and cross back over. After about half mile or so, you kind of head up to a ridge on this trail, on 207. The trail is up above the creek. I thought it followed the creek the whole time, but it doesn't. And it's beautiful up here. It's a little bit different topography than you're used to seeing because you're a little higher than everything else in the Sipsey. But really like it. It's just a beautiful little trail. We've gone up to almost the ridge and then back down towards the creek. We just passed somebody and they told us, well, I asked, are we gonna have any more creek crossings? Because that's been my anxiety for the last 30, 40 minutes. And he said, no, there's nothing you really have to worry about. So I feel like we're good for the rest of 207 until we get on 208. Well, here we go. If I can keep my balance. Here we go, and I'm falling all over the place. You may be asking if there's any campsites along 207. Well, we found a few. There's a great campsite by the creek as you're heading north on 207 here. Great fire ring and right by the water, so you can get water. And a flat area. You can probably get 2 or 3 tents in here. Not exactly level, but there's places along the way. Yeah, got camping out here in different areas. As you continue on 207, it's fairly flat, maybe a little bit of elevation, but not much. I mean, in the Sipsey, not much elevation at all, but it just follows the creek, and it looks like we follow the creek all the way up to another creek, and then we turn and find 208. Get a chance to come out. 207 is a beautiful trail. It's a little different topography and, you know, something new, so check it out. Well, I was on 207 and I looked above me and there's a ridge, and I thought, I want to see what's on top of this ridge. Well, it's just that, it's a ridge. I thought it was flat. It's not. 207 is down there. Whew, quite a climb. And then on the other side of this ridge is, I don't know. The little kid in me wants to go see what's down there. Ain't got time for that. So I'll go back down to 207. We think we figured out what creek we're on. We think this is Brazil Creek. If you look at the map and you follow the contour lines, it does say Brazil Creek above this, but there is a confluence of the two creeks, one of which just stops north of here, and it feeds into this, which is Brazil Creek. So we think 207 follows Brazil Creek pretty much the whole way up to 208 and Gum Pond or Gum Trail, whatever it's called. I know gum is in it. About to say I didn't know what kind of gum, if it's Trident, if it's juicy fruit or something like that. We're really enjoying this trail. It's not too strenuous, but I was just looking probably from the last clip. You can see over to my left, there's a ridge line, and you can feel the gradual ascent as if we're heading up to 208, because what Shapeless was telling me is that best he can remember, 208 has a ridge walk. So we must be heading up to that at this Gum Pond trailhead. The issue is there camping on 208? Well, tune in and find out. Took my first spill. My shoe took a dive. I didn't, I was fine. It was my stinking shoes. That's the fault of this whole dilemma that I find myself in, on the ground. No, it was me. The one thing that surprised me on this trail on 207 is that there's ridges on either side. Like to my right, there's a huge rock face, and then to my left is another big, you know, ridge line, and you're hiking around it and through it the whole way up a creek. At some point we got to turn left, and at some point we got to go up a hill. As we get closer to 208, there's a flattening out, and then this like little green grassy stuff even in the winter that covers the bottom of outside the trail. And it seems like the trail widens out. Absolutely love this trail. It's got everything you'd want, but the main thing for me is it's fairly flat, and I enjoy that the most. Well, this is the end, we believe, of 207. Been a nice little hike. A little bit of the end of it, you're going uphill. We're gonna find 208, and then it'll be the second part of this video of what 208 trail looks like. Let's find the end of 207 first. Well, we finished 207. How I know that is because here's the sign. And in the Sipsey, you only get a sign at the beginning and the end. So now I gotta look at the map and figure out where we go to the trailhead. I think we take a left. We gotta get on 208, some here somewhere. Some here somewhere, somewhere out there. Is that a song? Somewhere. No, that's Over the Rainbow. Wizard of Oz.